something that a lot of kids nowadays, or people nowadays, because they're growing up now, they won't understand. Like, people that were born, I'd say maybe like 95 and on, y'all will never understand the struggle that some of us gamers had back in the day. Because, see, back in the day, we had no internet, we had no YouTube, we couldn't, like, look up a game, you know what I'm saying, watch it, to check the gameplay and shit like that, you know. Like, the only way you knew about, like, games and, like, that were coming out, and if they were good, what they were like, what they were about, is either if, like, your friend had it, or, you know, you got, like, one of them game magazines, like Nintendo Power, or something like that. Yeah, that's the only way. And, let me tell you, the worst fucking Christmas present I ever fucking got. I don't remember what year it was, but it was Super Nintendo days. And I remember Christmas morning, you know, my mom, when she bought me a game for like my birthday or Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just would pick games, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I know, like, yeah, I want Mario Kart, you know what I'm saying? But I fucking opened up Christmas morning. I could tell by the box. I was like, oh, it's a game opening up. It's like, oh, it's a game. It's a new game. It's a new game. It was Zoop. And, I don't know if y'all know about Zoop, but it's not the game for me. I say, I probably played that game for a total of 20 seconds, and that was it. I was like, God damn it, Mom. You got the fucking shittiest game in the world. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know about y'all. Has that ever happened to some of y'all older cats out there? But see, nowadays it's a lot different, you know what I'm saying? Especially with all the you know, commercials of games and shit like that, you know, and like I said, like, sometimes I hear about a game, the first thing I do is you know, I go and look up the game on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at the beginning because I don't want to ruin nothing. I just go to like a full game, you know, gameplay, you know what I'm saying? And I just go to like somewhere around the middle, and I watch it for about like a minute or two to see what type of game it is, what kind of game it is, if it looks interesting and stuff like that. I guess I kind of get that from my grandfather, because he told me the way he used to pick out books, you know what I'm saying? He would just, you know, grab a book and just open up to some random page in the middle of the book, and he would read 2 pages. And he said that if he felt like reading more, then he would get the book and he'd, you know, read it from the beginning. So I guess I kind of do something like that, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm repeating myself, you know what I'm saying? But like, I just, and I remember going to one of my friends' houses when I was a teenager, and I was telling them this story, and the same thing happened to them. They were like, yeah, the same thing happened to me. I got fucking Zoop. But they said that they played it a little bit. I was like, man, I couldn't play that game. I had no interest in that game whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, these kids nowadays, they will never know nothing about that. They will never know the struggle of dial-up internet and downloading 30-second porn clips. And I remember specifically, it'd take 5 minutes to download a 30-second clip. So you get to jack off for 30 seconds, and then bam, you gotta wait another 5 minutes. But see, what you do is you watch the clip for 30 seconds while another one's already downloaded. So then by the time you finish that 30-second clip, you know what I'm saying? You only got 4 minutes and 30 seconds before the next clip downloads. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I can't tell you how much I fucking hated that shit. These kids nowadays, they don't know the struggle. And before then, or around that same time, I can't remember exactly, too long ago, I fucking, y'all don't know, like, having a fucking scrambled fucking goddamn, scrambled, porn channels, you know what I'm saying? Where you got this little satellite, and you gotta, like, go to the channel up, channel down, channel up, channel down, channel up, channel down, channel up, channel down. And you get the scrambled porn that's kind of halfway unscrambled. Y'all kids nowadays know nothing about the struggle of back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Know nothing about that shit. Or the fucking phones and stuff like that. Y'all don't know what it's like back in the day with the damn landlines. You know what I'm saying? Having to call and then the parents answer the goddamn phone. I remember one time I was so goddamn high. I was calling my friend and I forgot who I was calling. It was as it was ringing. And I was like, shit, who am I calling? I was like, who do I ask for and then his mama answered the phone. She's like, hello. And I was like, hey. She's like, hey. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, who the fuck did I call? Who the fuck is this on the goddamn phone? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and then I finally remembered. I was like, oh yeah, I remember who I called now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or when you have a girl calling you, you know what I'm saying? And then your older sister picks up the phone and be like, oh no, he ain't here. He's out getting a perm. Or just saying some stupid shit to try to embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? Some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Or being on the phone late at night. And then like either your parents or their parents, you know what I'm saying? Like catch you on the goddamn phone. What are you doing on the phone this time of night? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Or you talking to a girl, y'all talk about sex or something like that. And then all of a sudden their parents pick up the phone. They listening on the conversation. Like, these people nowadays know nothing about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, enough of memory lane. Just trying to keep on going with this diet of mine. And I got this last cigarette of mine. And, like, I remember somebody told me that when they quit, they kept one cigarette with them. So that way, they would have it. If wait, how did he put it? He would have it so we wouldn't have to like ever be thinking about needing to go get it. It's right here. I could smoke it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. You know what I'm saying? And he would always keep it in his shirt pocket. You know what I'm saying? So that way he had if he ever wanted to, but he used his willpower. And then sometimes, yeah, like my grandpa. I remember when my grandpa quit smoking, he used to smoke out of the pipe. He quit smoking, but he still kept his pipe in his mouth for 10 fucking years. For 10 years, he would just put the pipe in his mouth and just to have it, you know? And I kind of feel like a cigarette is like an extension to my hand. You know what I'm saying? I like having it in my hand, and it kind of helps a little bit. You know what? You know what's an even better idea? Taking all the tobacco out of this and putting like hot pepper flakes in there. So that way, if I ever get tempted, and I try to smoke it, I'm going to regret it. Which reminds me of another time when I was younger. I fucking pranked one of my friends. I put oregano. I emptied out the cigarette and I put oregano in that bitch. And he kept bugging me for a damn cigarette. I was like, all right, here, you can have his cigarette. It was fucking oregano. Which reminds me of another time. Man, I remember we was at these girls' house and we were playing Truth or Dare. And my friend, that motherfucker, he dared me to eat a cigarette. And I had Newports, you know what I'm saying? Hundreds! And I was like, all right, I guess I gotta eat this motherfucking cigarette. So I ate that cigarette. And it was except for the filter. You know, they let me get away with not eating the filter. But it was not easy. You know what I'm saying? And I had to have, what was it, a can of Sprite or Mountain Dew? I don't remember. But they gave me a can of soda. I was like, I need this. So I take like a little bite, and then I take a big ass gulp. And then I had like a little bit of a stomach ache and shit. But then when it got back around, I was like, I'm getting your ass, motherfucker. It was my turn to do it. That's how I said to him. I was like, you eat a goddamn Newport cigarette. So I gave him the cigarette to eat. And you know what this motherfucker, he chewed it up. He just took the whole cigarette without the filter and just chewing it all. And what he did was he like put it in between his gums and his cheek. And then he was acting like he was puking, and he went outside and he spit it out. He didn't tell me this till like a year or two later. I was like, you motherfucker, you owe me a goddamn cigarette because you were supposed to eat it, but you didn't. So you owe me a goddamn cigarette, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But, oh man, there's so many memories, especially the teenage years, sneaking into girls' houses. These kids don't know nothing about back in the day. Not having fucking Google. Not having fucking MapQuest, or kind of having MapQuest, but no internet to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get directions from the girls on the phone and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, You're gonna go down, you know this road? Yeah, go down this road until you see this big old oak tree. When you see the oak tree, it's the second dirt road. Go down the second dirt road to the left. Now there's a driveway that's a dirt road. Don't count that. That don't count. The second dirt road on the left. And then you go down until you get to a cow field. When you see the cow field, you keep on going. You know you're in the right direction. And then you're gonna see this big old barn. When you see the barn, that's when you take a right on the next fucking road. If you get to the freaking, you know, you're going too far. And then, you know, like, what you're going to do is you're going to park the car here, you know, and of course, you know what I'm saying, it's nighttime because you're sneaking over to girls' houses at night, you know what I'm saying, so it's like kind of hard to see the shit, you know, there's no street lights, you know what I'm saying, and then it's like, you got to park the car down the road, then you got to run to the fucking houses and shit like that, knock on the windows and climb in the windows and all shit like that, and, man, like, getting lost. It was fun. It was like a goddamn adventure, trying to find these goddamn girls' houses and shit like that. And I remember me and my friend, we would like get a piece of paper, we would draw out a map with our fucking hands. We would draw like a line for a road, and then we draw like a little tree, like, okay, here's the tree. And then we draw a little cow, like, okay, here's the cow field. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. And I remember one time when I snuck out the house, my friend, he had a loud ass car. He needed a new muffler. And I told him, I was like, don't pull in the yard. Just be at the end of the driveway. Be at the end of the driveway. So he came to the end of the driveway. It was 1:30 in the morning. And, no, it was 1 in the morning. It was 1 in the morning. And anyways, my parents woke up, but I didn't know. I ran out of the house, you know what I'm saying? And I fucking jumped in this car and we hauled out to this girl's house that was like 30 minutes away. So it's 1:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? We're walking in the girl's house and she's like, yo, mama called. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, yo, mama called asking for you. She said you better get your motherfucking ass home because you in trouble. I was like, what'd you tell her? She told her, I told her I didn't know where you were. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, my mama went on the goddamn fucking caller ID thing on the phone and called back every single fucking number on there. She even called my girlfriend at 1:30 in the morning when I was at another girl's house. So, needless to say, I knew I was already fucked up. I told my friend, I was like, I'm in no rush to go home because I'm in fucking trouble. You know what I'm saying? So we stayed at that girl's house at 6:30 in the morning because her parents were working night shift and they were getting off. So anyways, I got home, and then besides having to deal with the shit from my parents, I had to fucking deal with the shit from my fucking girl. Where were you last night? How come your mama called my mama, you know, looking for you at 1:30 in the morning? And I was like, oh, we just went out drinking and smoking, you know. Man. Oh, man. Memories. Anyways, I didn't even want to even talk about all that shit. I was just going to tell you about the fucking Zoop fucking video game on Super Goddamn Nintendo. Excuse me. But, anyways, just thought I'd share a little story time with you. And, I'll holler back at you later. Peace, love, and black power, bitches.